Breaking news, Barcelona have withdrawn from the race for Raphinha. Arsenal are now in advanced talks with Leeds United for the 25-year-old. Both parties confident a deal will be done very, very soon. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. First and foremost, thank you so much for trusting me to bring you the latest around Arsenal. And that is what I'm trying to do. Bring you the latest around the club in this transfer window that is so crazy, but trying to bring you sources that are very reliable. In this one, 2 reliable Brazilian sources. Right in the last 10 minutes, I've just broken the story that Raphinha will not be waiting for FC Barcelona and he will be moving to Arsenal Football Club. Deal is advanced. Arsenal have made an initial offer to Leeds United that is believed to be lucrative. We're gonna be discussing all that in this in this part of the episode. Make sure you hit the like button for me. Let's get this video to 800 likes. That is the target. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the podcast because we're very, very close to 45,000 subscribers. Let's get into the party. Now, to begin the party, lads, 2 big journalists from Brazil, just like I've said, Ruben Uria and also Pedro Salvade have actually been speaking around this transfer, Raphinha to Arsenal. It's a breaking story. And first and foremost, I thought, when I looked at it, I thought maybe it's not one that I should give a lot of thought. But Ruben Uria and Adrian Soldevilla, both of them really working very, very closely when it comes to Brazilian content. And also Adrian Soldevilla is a journalist working with goal.com in Brazil, and that is why I've decided to try a little bit dig a little bit deeper and try to find the truth around this story. A couple of sources in Europe now are trying and have started working up their way into this story. Very soon we will know from the likes of David Onstein, from the likes of Fabrizio Romano, whether this deal is very, very close. But of course, according to Ruben Uria and Adrian Soldevilla, goal.com in Brazil, Goal Brazil, they are confirming that Raphinha to Arsenal is very, very advanced, and of course that could happen this week. I'm going to give you the details of this one, and the first thing you need to know here is that Leeds United had made it very, very open and had made it very, very clear that they will not be accepting anything below 55 million euros. Now, the 2 sources, Uria and Soldevilla, do not indicate how much Arsenal have tabled for Leeds United because it's a breaking story. So probably they've not given us that deep insight, but they believe a lucrative deal, an offer that is unrefusable has been put on table for Leeds United. Now, this comes in a week later, a week after Fabrizio Romano and David Onstein with from The Athletic confirming that there is genuine interest in Raphinha from Arsenal Football Club. They love him. They have monitored him since the beginning of the year. However, Fabrizio confirming as well that Barcelona have been leading this race for ages, for months. They have a personal agreement between the agent of the player and Deco. On personal terms since February. So Barca have been in the driving seat for this race. However, according to reports, just like you've seen, reporting just right about now, Barcelona have dropped out of this race. They have decided to withdraw their interest in the signing of Raphinha because the price that has been set on the 25-year-old is absolutely out of their reach. Not because they cannot pay 55 million euros, but when you look at the financial situation of FC Barcelona, even when they sell Frankie de Jong for 80, 90 million euros, 100 million euros, if they're going to bring in Robert Lewandowski, Bernardo Silva, Jules Koundé, and a couple of other priorities they're looking at, they will not be able to sign Raphinha. And that is primarily the reason as to why they've decided to back out of this deal and find other alternatives. Now, that leaves Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, and Chelsea, plus Liverpool, as the clubs interested in signing the young Brazilian winger. Man United are also believed to have inquired about Raphinha, but their emphasis, their primary target in terms of getting in a player who plays wide of the pitch has always been Anthony from Ajax. So United could not be a problem if they can get Ajax. Liverpool have spent 100 million euros on Darwin Núñez. It is also believed that they might try to go for another player in the caliber of Raphinha, with a couple of reports reporting earlier in the week, last week, that Liverpool had tabled a 60 million euro bid for Raphinha. However, that was not confirmed. And also the players made it very clear that he would love to move aside to a side that is going to guarantee him game time. It is not about UCL. It is not about playing in Europe. It's not about playing for giants. He wants his move to get done as quick as possible, and he also wants a team that's going to give him game time. So the overall details about this deal that is breaking is: one, Arsenal have submitted a huge offer to Leeds United. Leeds United are considering accepting that offer. Talks are advancing, and the player is very open to moving to the Emirates Stadium after confirming that Barcelona will need a long time to wait. So I think this makes a lot of sense here, lads. One, I think Raphinha does not want to commit his future to a club that is not really sure if they're going to sign him. There is no guarantee that even if Barcelona sell Frankie de Jong and they offload a couple of other players from their wage bill, they will sign him. Yes, he's a priority and he's loved by Xavi, but the financial situation at Barcelona suggests otherwise. The financial situation at Barcelona suggests that however much we want him, however much we want you, one, we are going to take a lot of time, to get the deal started with Leeds, because we have to, clear clear out our deadwood at the club, and also make sure that our financial books and financial statements are a little bit better to bring you in. And the second thing, it will take a lot of time to negotiate the deal. Leeds United are happy to keep the player. They do not want to sell him, and they do not want to sell him below 55 million euros. That is around 45 million pounds, or 48 or 47 million pounds. So that is what is happening. So the player will not wait for Barcelona. It is out. Barca have withdrawn themselves from this one. I think Barca can only sign Raphinha if the player is considering them as number one priority, and now that is not the case at the moment. So Raphinha to Arsenal, what is happening? That is what is happening. You've been asking me the questions. That is what's happening. I've talked about him yesterday, and many of you told me, "Wow, Cossy is the player we want. We want Raphinha. He is the favored number 7 or 11 that Arsenal should be signing." And one of the advantages that why Mikel Arteta really loves Raphinha is you're looking at a player who scored 11 goals and 3 assists for Leeds United last campaign. But that is not enough. A player who kept Leeds United in the league last campaign until the last day. You're looking at a player who can give you a lot of versatility across the pitch. Can play for you as a left winger. He can also play for you as a right winger. On the right wing, I think it's been absolutely phenomenal for Leeds this campaign. And that poses a huge question and a huge threat to this to the future of Bukayo Saka. Honestly, let's be honest. The fact that Arsenal want Raphinha does not really mean that he's going to be playing on the left-hand side of the pitch. He can do that, in my opinion. He's good at that. He can, you can play him on the left and also on the right. But I think it is more of Raphinha on the right-hand side of the wings, right? So does that mean Bukayo Saka? Because Saka's contract, has not yet been announced, and everything is so silent. Does that mean that Arsenal would be very open to selling Saka? Honestly, Raphinha comes in at 55 million euros or 50 million euros, and Saka moves on to another club for 100 million euros. I could see that happen. I could definitely see that happen. But that is not what I want to talk about in this video anyway. That is a debate for another day. What is important here, lads, is to know, is try to understand what Raphinha brings to Arsenal. and not what exactly he takes away, because he will take away Saka. But the good thing with Saka, you can play him on the left-hand side of the field, where you have Emil Smith-Rowe and Martinelli, and he could work out very well, because that is the beauty around Saka. He's very, very versatile as well. So with Raphinha, you're bringing in a player who can take charge of the free kicks. Actually, you're adding someone who can take away the responsibility or lighten the responsibility on Martin Odegaard in terms of, always having to take those free kicks and take them perfectly. So you have a player who can also take free kicks. He's done it for Leeds United. Probably has not scored very, very many, but he can. We know he has the ability to do that, and he has the ability to give us that as Arsenal Football Club. But then the other thing is, Mikel is trying to build a front line, a forward three that has 1, 2, 3 players that can give you at least 12 goals per campaign. And 12 goals out of 3 people, out of 3 players, that would be 36 goals per campaign. A forward line that creates, that scores 35 goals per campaign, in my opinion, that is absolutely class. And with Gabriel Jesus, Raphinha, and Martinelli or Saka, I wouldn't be very, very surprised if Arsenal, reach that level where every season our forward line can give us 40 to 45 goals. I love Raphinha. Everybody knows I do love Raphinha, and everybody at this football club loves Raphinha. It's a story that I don't want to dive into very, very swiftly, because, like I said, it has been confirmed by Goal.com. It has been confirmed by Ruben Uria, but we are still waiting for more confirmations around journalists very, very close to Leeds United, and also from journalists very, very close to Arsenal Football Club. And the moment we get those confirmations, I will be back here and trying to let you know about what is happening. But the information that we are having at the table is 100% trustworthy. Arsenal want to complete the signing of Raphinha at least this week. A deal that cannot be refused has been put on the table for Leeds United. Talks are ongoing between Arsenal and Leeds United. The player is very open to moving to Arsenal Football Club. Barcelona have withdrawn from the race after leading it since February. That is what is happening around the club. So, of course, in terms of the other updates that I can tell you about at the moment, we expect more and more deals this week from Arsenal and Edu. Gabriel Jesus this week could be happening as an official closure. I think what Arsenal are looking for and what Arsenal fans are waiting for in this deal is official closure. We're not waiting for anything like we're not waiting for anything like deal agreed or passing terms agreed. We're waiting for official closure. Yuri Tillemans, talks ongoing this week. Talks will continue. We are expecting an official bid from Arsenal very, very soon. And also, the battle for Lisandro Martinez continues. Arsenal, Spurs, Man United, all those clubs, including Barca as well, all those clubs are interested in Lisandro Martinez. Ajax do not want to sell. They want to keep him, and they will only listen to offers above 40 million euros, offers that are believed to be unrefusable. That is it from me. My name is Cossy. Hit the like button for me. Let's get the video to 800 likes, and make sure you subscribe to the podcast, because with such content, breaking stories, the evening updates, transfer news, match opinions, match vlogs, all that will be coming your way on the podcast.